Who knows what nightmares we have created?
Or you can't come in the club if you're not the 5 million power.
Welcome to Tech Talks, a podcast where we discuss all the week's biggest tech news. I'm joined, as always, by my co-hosts, Chris and Christian. How you guys doing today?
Hey guys.
Good. How's it going?
Happy Friday, right? It's nice. First up to bat is a Microsoft / Activision versus FTC, right? What do you got for us, Chris?
Our first topic for today, a federal judge overseeing the FTC versus Microsoft case about Activision's acquisition has slipped up the release month of an Activision Blizzard game, which was rumored to be called Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 during a hearing. The installment is reportedly coming out this year, and earlier rumors were claiming that it is yet another remake and will be released on November 10. Ryan, does this leak undercut the significance of the breach in antitrust laws in the eyes of the public?
That's a great question. I'd say no. I mean, the big thing is will Microsoft buy Activision, right? Like, will the deal go through? That's the big ticker. Everyone wants to know, and they've been asking this for some time. I mean, people have known that Modern Warfare 3 is going to come out for some time too. That's kind of been on the books. They just released Modern Warfare 2. They got some good, fan love with Modern Warfare in 2019. But I feel like the Call of Duty franchise is kind of on a downward trajectory in a sense. And with Microsoft's help, I think, especially with Bobby Kotick out, I think they do a lot to change the trajectory of the series in a lot of ways. At least I hope. Microsoft, it is. So we'll see. I don't know. What do you think, Chris?
I don't know. I don't think I think for most, how does it impact the gamers really? Right?
Yeah.
As far as the legalities and
people are gonna buy COD no matter what, right?
Right. So, I don't know why the FTC, and for some reason there's a stink around this whole thing. I mean, if I were in the position to make any type of decision, then obviously I would go, gamers first, right? Can Microsoft help this franchise?
I think with the resources that Microsoft has, I mean, the marketing power, I mean, yes. But again, back to my point, no matter what, people are going to buy COD, right? People are going to buy Call of Duty. I think it comes from a management perspective. People don't like Bobby Kotick, who's the head of Activision right now. He's kind of out the door. He's kind of got one foot out the door already. And we're kind of at this point where we've been on this edge with this whole deal. Now we're back in court, and now we're back getting a lot of insider details from this. People actually, funny enough, have been calling this whole week the FTC court trial pretty much a Games Weekend 2.0, right? A Summer's Game Fest 2.0 or E3 2.0, because we're getting so much gaming news just from court documents and stuff. It's actually kind of fascinating. But yeah, it's just I think the big concern everyone has right now is what will Microsoft do with the IP once it's in their hands, right?
Right.
It's not just Call of Duty. That's the thing. People think it's all about Call of Duty, but you have to remember Activision Blizzard, they own a ton of mobile games under King. So Candy Crush, trying to think of some other one. Candy Crush is the biggest one, right?
Right.
These are huge for Microsoft. They get their hands on that. Call of Duty obviously is huge as well, but people are misinterpreting the fact that it's not just Call of Duty. Activision Blizzard has World of Warcraft. They have a ton of different IP that are huge in their own right? So I think for me, it's what can Microsoft do to kind of improve the way Activision Blizzard gets its games out? right? For the most part, we have to use the Blizzard or BattleNet, I believe it's called, Battle.net, like service, and it's just awful. I think with Microsoft having the IP in their grasp, they'll get it out to better eyes with Game Pass, with even free trials on the Xbox Series X, stuff like that. I think would be kind of cool. But like I said, I mean, PlayStation fans are very concerned with where it'll go, with where the IP will go, if it'll be an exclusive on Microsoft and stuff. That's like the big concern for the FTC as well, right?
Right. So,
So if anything, yeah, go ahead, Chris.
No, go.
Yeah, if anything, I think the leak showed us that Activision Blizzard doesn't have any imagination when it comes to naming their products now. Like, are people actually surprised that it's called Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3?
No, which is really annoying, I'd say, because like with the last game, Modern Warfare 2, and even the 2019, when you try to it's like awful for SEO purposes, because you're searching up Call of Duty Modern Warfare and the 2009 game comes up and you're like, what the hell, man? Or I don't know if it came out in 2009, but you could get the point.
Yeah, are
like
people pissed that this is just gonna be a remake? That's the thing.
I don't know. I'd say no, because Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is like one of the most beloved in the series. So pissed, not so much. Like, granted, new original content would be cool, right? A new game would be awesome. But people loved Modern Warfare 3. I included. I loved Modern Warfare 3. I still have it on them. I still have it in my Xbox 360. I love that game. Yeah, I mean, it's from the community itself, I think people would prefer to have something new, but this is just Activision Blizzard.
Right.
They've already remade Modern Warfare 1, 2. I think they did World of War, which no one liked, right? They remade World of War, which no one really liked. So it's just par for the course for them.
I mean, I think like in today's, especially, right, because everything's online, so there's communities. These communities get formed of like-minded people that like the same things. I mean, Call of Duty, obviously you could have just a general Call of Duty community, but there are those there's a warfare specific niche, right? Like people that just really enjoy COD Duty, or COD Duty. I guess that works. COD Modern Warfare, right? So rather than giving the people the same what they want under a different name, which would be, they'd be like, what the hell? Why is this, Call of Duty Arctic Blast or whatever? It's like Gatorade or some shit.
That sounds like a fun game, though. That'd be fun.
Yeah. I mean, why give them the same game under a different name when the creators know that's what they want?
Russian
So
campaign. Like Putin's Chronicles.
That's a DLC. That's a DLC.
Yeah. It's just fucking snow maps for days.
Just curious, you guys. Do you think Microsoft will win this one?
It's hard to say. I think they will. Personally, I think they will. I've been saying that for a while, though. But it's hard to say. It really is. It really depends on how hard Sony will push back, because Sony has been headstrong and I think Nvidia as well. I think Sony isn't alone. Yeah, it's hard to say. But I do think that they will come out. Microsoft, listen, let's be honest, right? Microsoft got money, right? Like they'll make it happen. We'll just say that. That's all I'll say.
Is Activision the one fighting this, or is it just the FTC that's actually?
It's the FTC. No, let me tell you something. Activision, because like I said, Bobby Kotick, they want this to happen. Bobby Kotick is sitting there pretty, because he even brought it up, I think, in court. If the Microsoft deal goes through, if Microsoft buys Activision Blizzard, his stocks will total around a little less than $500 million. The stocks that he owns. That's just his stocks. Like, who knows how much he'll get from the deal alone, right? So, if anything, their Activision Blizzard, specifically Bobby Kotick, wants this shit to go through. Like, you know what I mean?
Shareholders are actually down with the sale.
Yes, and the shareholders are very much down with this. Of course they are. Why
does Sony have any say in this?
Yes, and not necessarily a say. What they can do is petition the FTC to go after their ass, which they are. They have already at. They've been doing this across the globe. They've been petitioning multiple different FTC likes across the globe, specifically in Britain, I think too. The British. There's been a ton of different court cases across the globe concerning this deal, and from all accounts, it looks like it's fine, right? Like the big problem that most people have, Sony especially, is will Call of Duty, which is arguably next to GTA, one of the biggest IP on the planet, right? Will they make it an exclusive and take it off Sony platform? From what Microsoft has said, they're not going to do it. In fact, they want to bring it to more platforms like Nintendo, which is like what? Like no, like it's not going to happen. Nintendo Switch. Could you imagine playing Call of Duty on Nintendo Switch?
Jesus Christ, that'd be exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Nintendo is pretty much strict when
right
it comes to their platform.
Yeah.
Hasn't there been some discussion about even in the online thing where like what is it called? Intra console gameplay where like if you're playing
Cross
Xbox,
platform?
cross platform.
There have been games that actually done cross platform.
A ton.
But you have to get everyone on the table because monetization is actually the main factor in doing this.
Yep. Well,
and pretty
Call of
much
Duty does have that.
accessibility. Like every bit of quality for the platform, their hardware has to be in sync. Otherwise, it would be pointless. Like I think one game I could give an example where I have an experience on, it's actually Genshin Impact, which actually has cross-platform with mobile, and that actually hindered the progress of that game so much that the players actually hate the cross-platform feature because desktop or console players are going to be held hostage by the standards of the mobile players because
It was a
mobile phone can only handle so much.
Yeah, it's a big problem in COD. Like Call of Duty is cross Call of Duty. What is it? Warzone and Warzone 2. They're all cross-platform, and the big problem that most people are having was, the hackers on PC. No one wants to play with a bunch of hackers, and not that there isn't hackers on console. It's just obviously primarily on PC where the hackers are, and for the most part, I think at least for me, I play with cross-play off. I don't like playing with PC players because why would you want to do that, especially when they're like zipping around with mouse and keyboard. Like their mouse and keyboard, they can turn around in an instant, whereas I'm on controller and I'm not going to be able to turn around as fast, right?
Yeah, and so, online stuff, there's going to be an issue when it comes to latency because it will be multiple countries. Some countries might favor this kind of platform when it comes to their connections. It's not going to be for everyone. I think a lot of people have thought about cross-platform. It's just that it's the financial and the hardware that's going to be hindering them when it comes to doing this. Like them tying, for example, Activision Blizzard tying them to one console, I think is the smartest move because they get priority when it comes to the service. But
I'm of the mind too that exclusivity is better. The less systems that you have to build the game for, the better the game will be. Right? I mean, look at Hogwarts Legacy came out earlier this year. They even had to push back, and it's coming out on everything, like literally, like even on the Nintendo Switch. And it's just mind-boggling to me that decision was made because they had to. I don't think even the Nintendo Switch the game has come out for the Nintendo Switch yet, or the PS4. So they're making it for like older consoles, and it's like, why? Like, I guess for more money, obviously, right? I mean, it's obviously for more money, but it's just like it's such a waste of time. I feel like because it's just not going to look as good, and you're going to be downgrading the game. It's just like I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's just not. I don't know. Not feasible in my mind, other than for obviously the profits.
Yeah, there are also when it comes to latency, you're gonna have some issues when it comes to compatibility because some games will have rollback netcode, particularly for fighting games, and some won't have that feature. So that's a big hurdle when it comes to them wanting exclusivity is actually much more feasible, I think, and much more cost efficient.
Yeah,
that's why they have battle lines when it comes to the console wars, on which one is actually better.
Well, I mean, we can all agree PlayStation's better, right? I mean,
I'm not gonna comment on this.
Let the viewers. Let's start. What do you?
Let's start the debate down in the comments, right?
PC, Xbox, PS5 or the PlayStation.
Well,
But yeah.
moving right along to our next topic, AI has finally generated a drug. What do you got for us, Christian?
Okay, our second topic for today. A Hong Kong biotech startup in silico medicine is developing the first drug entirely generated by artificial intelligence and initiating clinical trials with human patients. Dubbed INS018_055, the drug is designed to treat patients suffering from idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, or IPF. Chris, would this signal the need for a creation of a new FDA guidelines?
That is an awesome question.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, right? Obviously, would it be more restrictive? I don't know, because I mean, the thing with AI, right? Like, I think when it comes to right, basically, this is chemistry, right? This is math, chemistry, science. This is what we're talking about, and these things, there's steps, there's formulas, there's temperatures that have to be met, there's weights that have to be met, there's waiting times that have to be met. Like, there's so much that goes into creating a medicine. There's a lot of room, I think, in those processes for human error, whereas with AI, I would imagine it's much less.
Yeah.
So
it's
new
scary.
guidelines, yes. More stringent, I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe on the personnel side, like whoever's programming the AI or putting, like, of course they're going to have, like, you have to do this and you have to do this and you have to do this, but that's more on the people versus FDA approval, because it's AI, requires different things. I don't think so.
Do you think they'll have it on the label? Like, do you think they'll, like, this was made with AI or something like that, right? Like, do you think they'll have to have it on the label? Is my better question, I think, right?
Powered by AMD.
Yeah. Yeah. I can.
That'd be funny. Yeah.
I mean, I can see this from both sides, right? Like, if it is on the label, let's say it absolutely should be on the label. People should know.
Yeah.
Is it a deterrent, or is it a I don't know, whatever the opposite of deterrent is, or is it appealing to people or whatever? That's honestly, that's probably a generational thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, older folks are like, I don't want none of that goddamn AI generated Tylenol bullshit. And then the young kids are like, oh shit, it's AI. Look, I'm on TikTok with my AI generated anxiety pills, and I'm fucking 13 years old.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's a scary future. I don't even want to think about that future. Oh my god.
Yeah.
The other question is too, like, will it be more expensive?
It should be.
That's what I was about
AI
to
ain't
ask.
cheap. This AI shit ain't cheap. So yeah, it's like, would
And
you
it's
have
the
to pay
thing-
more for your drugs? It
Yeah,
does.
it's the thing.
And the other, does the healthcare
proprietary.
pay for it? If like, would there be, like, you know what I mean? Like, would your health insurance still be viable for that? That's another great question, right? Like, would your health insurance cover AI assisted drugs? I don't know. It's like, there's so many, like, I don't know, so many gray spots in this whole world, right? Like,
what exactly is AI's role in this? Is it formulating?
I guess they just made the formula. Yeah, they made the formula essentially.
Yeah, one thing
They
about
found
this
the chemical combinations.
I mean, does it work?
AI did generate a formula.
If they're going to human trials, then yeah. Well, I take that back. If they're going to human trials, they don't know yet. They're going to find out. But they're going to human trials, so it probably does work pretty well, right? Like, if they're already going to human trials, it's pretty good.
Is it phase 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so they've already given it to
for the first time
to the
just one company be providing this, because they're going to be generating this by AI, right? Will it have something that's generic that other companies could actually use, or will they make the coding of the formula for it public for others to actually manufacture it freely? Because I doubt if other companies tackle the same the same type of medicine for the same disease, they would do it another way. Because I think pretty much this one is proprietary.
Yeah.
So that would actually inflate the cost of this one.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
I mean,
yep.
It's proprietary. So I think, for personally speaking, if AI can formulate a medicine that works, then, with minimal side effects, and then honestly, I don't give a shit if AI does it or not. Like, I don't care as long as the medicine works. Like, if for some reason,
Interesting. So
if
you
for some
take
reason,
it
yeah, I mean,
if
it
you were on
worked-
your deathbed and a drug and an AI drug could save you, you would take it.
bro, I would take something. The Right to Try Act.
Uh-uh.
You know what that is?
No.
Donald Trump signed that into law. I think it was Trump, where if you are terminally ill and they have exhausted all measures in saving your life, you have the right to try experimental drugs that have not been approved yet.
Is it because of the ivermectin thing?
No. Well, that's been approved.
That happened
No.
before?
But I mean, you're terminal. Say, for whatever disease you have. Let's just say, for example, cancer. Right? It's really difficult to beat. And then there's this. Doctors have done everything they can do. You're withering away, and doctors say, I don't know what else. We've tried this. We've tried this. We've tried this. Well, there is this experimental thing that doesn't have approval yet. It's up to the patient and obviously the family, the caretakers, the decision makers, whatever, the family, to say, yeah, let's try it. Like, and I think it's great. I think you have.
I think that's great too.
I mean, it's right in the name. You have the right to try.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then we know the outcome. Right. So I think with the AI thing, absolutely, bro. Even if deathbed, yeah, like I said, deathbed, fucking anything. I don't give a shit if Jim down the street's got some shit. Let me try it, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, with the AI, I think now
this is only the first instance, right? Like, we're going to see more of this shit.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. Yeah, the first one, if it's successful, fucking go for it. Can't be worse than that goddamn thing that's given us a couple years ago.
The one thing I will say about drugs is, like, drugs affect everybody differently, right? So, whatever the side effects will be, it's like it depends on the person, and that's the scary part. We don't really know what the side effect will actually be. So I don't know. Until
AI becomes sentient and destructive like Skynet and starts making shit that dumbs us down, that could be a problem.
Just for clarification, the trial is actually pushing towards phase 3. Now, the startup plan to expand the trial is now going to involve 60 subjects across 40 sites in the US and China. Like, China is also involved here for the testing. So they're at phase 3 now.
So phase 1 is what? Africa? Phase 2?
Pretty much, I think themselves.
I mean, we already know Bill Gates likes to run down to Africa and test shit out. We know this. We know this.
Is that true?
I mean, he does pump those kids full of vaccines, though.
And the funny thing to me is they never started with cancer on this one.
You know what? I mean,
it started. This drug started as a cancer treatment. You're saying?
No, I was just wondering why they never actually started to use AI to delve into cancer.
Go straight. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
I don't even know what
I wouldn't be surprised if they already have.
Like, I know this is equally, I think, equally important to some people, but I was just wondering regarding the mindset on why they chose to start this. Would this be much easier?
Maybe a much easier thing to treat. Maybe not as complicated a treatment.
I think so. The funding for the treatment might be backed by an organization regarding this. That could be one thing.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, has anyone tried to ask ChatGPT what's the cure for cancer?
It's interesting. The company said the CEO essentially said that initially their primary focus was to develop algorithms and technology for molecule discovery, molecule design and discovery, essentially making molecules, right, and like reshaping them into. But they realized that they could leverage AI to literally bring their drugs to clinical trials. Literally says this essentially started as a test to test out the technology, see if it was good for human use, and it like blew the socks off everybody essentially.
Oh, I mean, go for it, man. In my opinion, I mean, human trials, right?
So my thing is like, what's next, right? Like you said, like maybe they do find the cure to cancer.
Yeah.
Maybe they do.
I mean, because I have a friend, an older gentleman that's he's in cancer research, and you know, we've talked a lot about, because he actively every day is in the lab trying to cure cancer. And there's just so many hurdles that, and he described it as a puzzle where you don't have all the pieces, right? So you're not even sure the pieces you have, you're not really sure how they fit together. And then there's obvious pieces missing and you're not sure where they go in. So there's still it's a long road of discovery with cancer in particular. And I mean, don't even get started on like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and those things, because
there are so many types of cancers to actually find a one cure fits all thing.
Yeah, you know, and they're doing
the panacea for it.
Yeah, they're doing like the is it LDS, load delivery system, or MDS, maybe medicine delivery, where it's like they are what's the word? What's that Tony Stark, nanotechnology?
Yes, nanotech. Yeah.
It's like nanotech that delivers the medicine directly to, rather than killing cells around it like chemo.
Whatever it be. Yeah.
Like zooming straight in. Yeah.
That's what I'm surprised. Like I mean, I think I mean, obviously they're right. Like I'm surprised that nanotechnology isn't more popular, right?
Yeah.
Especially now with AI being so big.
Yeah, AI, nanotech. I mean, soon you're gonna have the mock, you know what I'm saying? We go like
we have the Louis Vuitton microscopic bag first before we got nanotechnology.
Yeah, we have a nano purse and we don't have nano anything.
Specifically a $60,000 nano purse.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but if this pushes through, this is a good breakthrough for everyone. I'm
absolutely
wondering regarding the financial thing for every patient and how much this would cost, because it is proprietary. Like, I don't think they would provide the formula to other manufacturers.
To what I said, like, will healthcare insurance pay for that?
Yeah,
that's my big concern.
Other thing
is that come under health insurance? Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how the healthcare system will look at that, how they'll approach it. I mean, I'm sure it's not really that.
Let's look at other treatments. Is the AIDS treatment actually covered by insurance?
I would assume so.
So if it is, I think there's a way that it can be covered. But right now, since it's still in trial,
I would go as far to say, man, like early on, this might be one of those things where people are kind of standoffish. But I think within a decade, health insurance would probably prefer AI. You know what I'm saying? If it shows to be quicker, more efficient, those type things, then it would be like maybe a preference. Especially if the AI people get in on the insurance company thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then it'd be like, oh, well, if you choose AI generated medicine, you're
saving money.
Yeah, you'll be saving money.
Interesting.
This might be the first physical manifestation of an antivirus, if you think about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's like I'm saying, that's like the half joke I made a minute ago about sentience. If AI is in charge of our medicines, bro. I mean, and if it's creating it or formulating it, I guess is what it is, not formulating it, then that's really, if it's stop ball there and it's not manufacturing, I mean, okay, there'll be checkers checking the checkers and before things get pushed out. So I think it's great, man. Hell, if AI can figure it out before we do, that's what it's for.
It's interesting. It's an interesting new look at medicine, at the pharmaceuticals, and I don't know. We'll see. I'm genuinely curious how the system will take it.
Yeah.
Well, I just love that we have a news that actually involves China without actually mentioning TikTok in it.
Yeah. I mean, if you want
Something
to,
that's actually much more productive.
we can talk about China in other ways too, like human rights violations or something.
But that's for another special.
It
It's behind the
says
paywall.
it says on the medicine, Uyghur tested, Uyghur approved.
Yeah, like I'm interested how they're gonna be publicly making this through the packaging, right? Like how people they're gonna be mentioning to people that it's made by AI and the reception of people when they see
They're
it.
gonna have to for sure.
I have to,
You're
yeah,
gonna
you
have
have
to.
to for sure. Yeah.
Hmm.
It'll be mentioned really quickly at the end with that guy that talks really fast.
Not
Yeah,
even.
just
It'll be the tiny text
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the bottom of the screen.
yeah.
yeah, just have Fauci announce it.
That'll go over well. That'll go over well.
That would be fun.
I think Fauci is the evil sentient AI.
Fauci
Bill-
from Skynet.
Bill Gates implanted him on Epstein's island with some program to turn him into a lunatic. I don't know. Allegedly. I'm just bullshit.
It's unclear as of yet, but hopefully, eventually, we'll have an AI generated drug to help curb YouTube ads. Which brings us to our next topic. What you got for us, Christian?
Okay, our third topic for the week is YouTube is now testing out a feature that would block users' video streams after playing 3 videos with an ad blocker on, and this may soon be present on all YouTube users in the future. YouTube would block the screens out when the system detects you are using an ad blocker after playing 3 videos. Ryan, do you think YouTube is aggressively driving users to its premium service, and will this be beneficial to YouTubers?
I don't know if it's so much driving people to premium. It's really just to save face with the advertisers, and could it could be a problem for some. I mean, people are going to use YouTube no matter what. Will it help the creators? Probably, actually. I think not just with. I think you had mentioned it to me, Christian. I didn't know this, but apparently you get more if a viewer has premium and they're watching your video. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think there's a much
different.
a much higher split when it comes to the premium content watched through YouTube Premium.
Which makes sense. And there's also memberships, right? I mean, obviously you can buy into a membership for someone online with someone on YouTube and not have ads. So does this whole new move help creators in the long run? Absolutely. It looks good for advertisers as well. I think that's the biggest thing. I think the biggest thing is YouTube wants to save face with their advertisers because they're worried about a looming ad apocalypse again, right? I mean, kind of inevitable coming with like the Kick stuff, the Twitch stuff. This online media. It's kind of in this like weird space right now with advertisements. People are still, advertisers specifically, are still very much in love with broadcast TV despite it's dying. Like, it's easier for advertisers to pay to get something on broadcast TV because they know who exactly they're selling the ad to, if that makes sense, right? Like old moms are watching, I don't know, HNT or whatever the hell that, you know what I mean? Like, it's clear that the advertisers know who they're targeting. Whereas on YouTube, you don't really know what you're going to get. Even at Twitch, you don't really know who you're going to get. So yeah, I do think this is a good thing. Not for like people who don't have premium. Like I have premium, so I don't really have to worry about this so much as like the next person. But yeah, I mean, I guess get a better ad blocker.
Yeah, just for clarification, YouTube Premium offers content creators a revenue split in place of the ads that would have been shown on the regular one.
Interesting.
So aside from the per view payment that they get, or per hours payment that they get, they get an additional revenue stream.
Yeah, for premium viewers, right? Yeah. I don't know. It's like
I missed the question. To be perfectly honest.
he asked essentially, will the new you can ask it, Christian.
is YouTube aggressively driving users to its premium service, and will this be beneficial to YouTubers?
Uh
I think it'll be beneficial to YouTubers for sure.
Yeah, because I think premium has had a price hike, right?
It's still
On
like
top
12
of the
bucks.
timing for this one.
It's still like 12-ish bucks a month.
so you think YouTube is trying to move into the Netflix, the Netflix space, the streaming space? Because I mean, you can rent a bunch of shit on there already.
I don't think they would plan to.
And they kind of already have. And they're not necessarily Netflix, right? But yeah, they already have renting videos and stuff.
Right, but I mean, like Netflix, like there's no free version of Netflix.
Not anymore.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Not anymore.
there's I feel like, yeah, like YouTube maybe wants to move to where because they see, right, everybody has a Netflix subscription.
Yeah.
Everybody has so many people are the Hulu, all these things, and YouTube sitting there like, are we missing the boat on this?
I don't think
thing?
so that they'd be thinking that way, because even Netflix advertises on YouTube.
I would say, I mean, I don't know this for a fact, but I would say YouTube's probably got a bigger user base than Netflix.
For sure. So why not cash in on it?
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. But it's different kind of content though, right?
Yeah,
No one's
it's a
going to
very
YouTube
unique
to
thing.
watch. Yeah. No, there's no one. I mean, they do have like, the YouTube originals, right? They do have shows, but they're not like traditional shows. And that doesn't necessarily like work on YouTube, like YouTube works best when you have a single video, you have all the content, boom, you get the information you need and you're out. Not necessarily out. Like obviously YouTube wants you to stay there, right? They want you to keep using the app for as long as possible. But that's what YouTube's best for, is getting the content, the one video, that's all you need, and you got your information, go to the next video, right?
And the funny thing is, YouTube has the same type of content before, like Netflix. Anyone remember the YouTube only series Cobra Kai? Then they
Yes.
ported that back to Netflix.
That's back on Netflix. Yeah, that's right. You're
Yeah.
right. I forgot it was a YouTube thing. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So YouTube, clearly YouTube did dabble in the Netflix kind of ecosystem, right? They tried that. But that's not what YouTube's for, right? YouTube's for, I don't know, like
it's for you.
picnic videos you took when you in 1987. Like, you know what I mean? Like and like video essays of like the Final Fantasy 13. Like it's just like that's kind of what YouTube's for, is like, it's not, and Mr. Beast, right? And Mr. Beast videos. Like that's kind of what you're going to YouTube for. Either to learn something, to get entertained by something, or whatnot. Like I consume most of my content from YouTube.
Me too.
That's why I have YouTube Premium. But the thing is, YouTube Premium doesn't offer much other than just no ads, right? No ads, and I think on mobile you get to listen to the video when your phone is locked.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. This is one of the reasons why I got Premium in the first place. So there's incentive, but it's not like, I don't know, there's not much else to it.
Right. Well, I feel like it's just one of those things where they're like, there's a market for it, right?
Yeah.
Like yourself, right? You are the market for this. People, that podcasts or whatever. I watch a shitload of podcasts, bro. I probably have between, the only one I don't watch on YouTube is Rogan. Like everybody else is on YouTube.
Is he on YouTube? Oh, it's
No.
Spotify.
He's on Spotify. But I mean, you get the GRE clips, you get the clips on there. But everybody from like Lex Friedman to everybody, bro. I watch so many podcasts, but yeah, there's a market.
Do you have Premium?
No.
Do either of you have Premium? YouTube Premium?
No.
Really?
I just bitch about the commercials. They're only 5 seconds.
Like I look at
you
Netflix
can skip them too.
Like I look at the difference between Netflix and YouTube is that when it comes to Netflix, I have planned to waste my entire day over something, but YouTube is just a random thing that I can waste my day on. Like you plan to binge watch something on Netflix, but you don't plan to binge watch something on YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube's nice because you can get the podcasts, like Chris, I'm sorry. You can get the hour-long podcasts, but you can also get the 10-minute stuff. So I can go to YouTube if I'm like eating something and I only have 10 minutes. I can go to YouTube, find a 10-minute video, boom, get my entertainment like that. Whereas Netflix, you're going there, like you said, for 30 minutes or an hour. That's all you really get, right?
Yeah.
Right? Maybe 2 hours, whatever. Like you know what I mean? Like You're not there for 10 minutes. Like YouTube has that. You can even get shorts on YouTube, right? Like obviously, like you can get a minute if you really want. If you really want
I
that like
do.
injection.
I do that same exact thing. Like if I have like maybe before class or before it's time, for something like, if I'm eating,
Yeah.
I just need like a 10-15 minute video. And that's how, the algorithm, that's how I choose. Like, oh, I want to watch this, but it's 45 minutes. I'll watch it later. Like I need something here, 10-15 minutes. Like, what do we have? Yeah. That's not happening.
I don't doubt.
You guys think that it's much more
workarounds. People are
You
going to
guys
find
think
workarounds.
it's much more bankable for content creators to just rely on the premium stuff? Because I kind of heard that from content creators that if you don't watch an ad in entirety, they don't get anything out of it.
Yes. If you skip the ad, then that doesn't count. Like, yeah.
Well, my bad, guys, but I'll be skipping the shit out them things.
As do I think everyone, right? I mean,
bro, they're so annoying. The YouTube advertisements, and I just said this out loud to myself earlier today. Like I was doing something, YouTube was playing in the background. Well, not so much right here, literally right here. And like I was doing something here for work, and I was listening to the podcast, and then like the advertisement started. Those things are so annoying. Like
you get the ones that started the video, and then you get like 2 or 3 throughout the video, depending on the length.
Yeah.
And the skip button isn't actually that helpful anymore because you usually get to see 2 or 3 unskippable ones before you get to the skip button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of times I'll back out of a video if it gets too much with this. Like, I'm not watching this.
I will say it's one thing I'm very thankful that I have, because it saves time too. Like premium saves me time watching those ads. Like a 10-minute video can turn into 13 with those ads easy. Yeah. I mean, it's just like it's better for me. I think I will say I use YouTube all the time. Like that's where I get most of my news. I get most of my just everything. Right. Like it's.
Well, you're selling me on the premium, man, because like, I'm the type of person like I can't sleep in just like a dead silent room.
Same here.
Hmm.
Like so, if a YouTuber can get full revenue stream if his content is actually pretty good without me skipping an ad.
Like it's not like YouTube gets all the profits.
Right.
That's something I did not know. I did not know, and I'm that's cool.
Like I can fall asleep watching a podcast, and then 8 minutes in, all of a sudden there's like, have you tried this new game? And it's like, God, I'm waking up.
The other things too, the ads usually like change the volume. Like the ads are usually louder.
I hate the volume change when it comes to ads.
So insane.
Yeah. And a lot of them, you get those mobile game ads for whatever the hell. These things are so cringe. It's like
free advertising for Hero Wars.
I don't know about everywhere else. I don't know about in every other country, but here I get a lot of ads where it's like, I don't know, it's like Russians playing this game that's like, oh, you can't come into club if you're not the 5 million power. And it's so loud. And it's so cringe. Yeah, it's the craziest fucking commercials, bro. And it's like, Jesus, I can't watch this shit. Yeah. I know Christian
mobile games. I've seen it a couple of times.
Well, you can't.
And when you play the game, it doesn't actually look that way.
Not even close.
Of course. Yeah.
That's another thing. I know we're kind of getting off topic here, but why is this legal?
What?
Why can you falsely advertise a mobile game?
Maybe the country of origin isn't America, right? Maybe the laws are different. That's like the best guess I have.
Yeah, you're probably right. Ethics you would think would be universal.
Most come out of China. Most mobile games come out of China because that's where the market is insanely massive.
I see like a cool ass game on the thing. Like before, not anymore. I don't fall for this shit now. But before, and I'd be like, oh, that looks fun as hell. Then I get it, and it's like a knockoff version. It's like
it's just basically false advertising. Like
it's exactly what it is.
Show you a good part. Sometimes it comes from a skin game. Most of the mobile games are like that. Like in terms of what YouTube is doing, I never actually knew ad blockers actually exist. Is it something that you install in your browser?
I've used ad blockers. Yeah. So you can either get it like Chrome based, so you can get a Chrome based, or I'm sure some VPNs have it. Like some VPNs have like an ad blocker feature. Yeah. So it's either you can do it through Chrome, right? You could there are different ways you can do it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Just kind of figured that it would suck if the content was actually good and it's not monetized. So I never actually looked at. I don't usually skip at
Well,
ads
it's interesting. I mean,
when I like the
we're in a
content.
time like YouTubers, at least the ones that are like relatively, pretty big, right? They make most of their money off of ad deals as
Mm.
opposed to just the, like the AdSense.
The read-in
So
ones.
yes, the ones that they like, so Raid Shadow Legends, like
Yeah.
try that,
Right.
like if they're saying something to they're promoting something, they usually get a pretty big lump sum or several sums per video, right? Something like that. Which is a little bit better than the AdSense. I mean, way better than what am I saying? Way better
Yeah.
than
I
the
think there was a
AdSense.
time when an entire month was all of the YouTubers were actually sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
All
It's
at the
kind of a
same
joke. It's like
time.
an in joke now. It's like an in joke.
I've seen
Almost,
some. I've seen some advertisements here. But mind you, I'm not in the continental U.S. I've seen some advertisements here where like it's this weird game, like it's like a slots game or something, and then like Cardi B is doing the commercial, or Ross from Friends is doing the commercial, and it's like,
interesting.
yeah, and I'm like, whoa, this is
Big
a
bucks. That's what I'm saying, man.
yeah,
The mobile game market in China is massive, and they have money to do. They have money to shell out like that.
yeah. I
You'd be
was shocked,
surprised.
dude. I was like, is that
You'd be
Ross?
surprised.
And then Cardi B, I was like, oh, good God, I'll never download this game
Is
for
China not
sure.
that strict when it comes to gambling? Kind of figured they would.
Maybe,
that's a good question. I'm
maybe
not sure.
inside China, but they'll definitely let the rest of the world fucking have at it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Well, with a left hook from Elon, we're heading into our last topic of the day, the Elon and Zuckerberg cage match. Now, we talked about this last week, but like what's going on now, Christian? Is the cage match still going on? Are they still fighting?
Yeah. Our fourth and sadly final topic of the week. The much awaited cage fight between Tesla CEO Elon Musk and Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg will take place in Rome's Colosseum, Italy. The location of the fight is disclosed by Musk himself on Twitter. In another tweet, he shared a 1 minute 30-second YouTube video titled Life of Brian Colosseum Fight and wrote, "Need to work on my endurance. Chris, hasn't the Colosseum suffered enough?"
I don't know. Maybe they're going to use the money for generate some cash to fix those pillars, man. Them shits has been broken for 1,000 years now.
I mean, that's if the fight even happens.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know. Like, I feel like at this point, nothing is surprising or even unfathomable, right? I mean, you're going to have two billionaires potentially cage match, which I don't know if it's going to. I don't know if they're really going to be throwing blows. I imagine. I mean, you got to think about shareholders. You got to think about company value. Like, I mean, think about it. If Musk loses to Zuckerberg, or if Zuckerberg loses to Musk, is this going to negatively affect? You know what I mean? Like, our Tesla stock's going to drop when Zuck drops Musk?
A great point. That's something I didn't think about. That's a great point.
So shareholders are like, either shareholders are like, don't you do this, or shareholders are like, you better knock his ass out. Like, it's going to be one of the, you know what I mean? They're not risking their own well-being gambling.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe
I'm curious about that too. I wonder how shareholders think about this. And on one side, I think like it's good. It's good for marketing purposes in a sense, like a little bit. Like, but you're right. Like you're right. Whoever comes out on top definitely.
I mean,
I'm actually curious how the stock market would
the marketing power, right? The marketing power.
Yeah.
Of
yeah.
There's going to be this.
You don't doubt that if Zuckerberg wins, Meta's gonna make like a, I don't know, huge push in terms of like marketing, right? With like
right. We're better than Twitter.
Out. Yeah. For sure.
Meta can knock out Twitter, like whatever. There's going to be this. I mean, it's exciting. I hope, and I pray, you know, if it was my birthday, this would be my one wish, was that these dudes really get in there and really go at it. I really want to see it, just because
I was seeing
hey,
Musk's
the outcome
mom
does
said
not.
no.
Musk, well, you know, gotta listen to mama, man.
I say Musk's mom was like, nah, you're not fighting.
But it seems it's Musk that's actually egging Zuckerberg along, right? With a tweet.
Yeah, it looks like
Like
Musk
if
is
you think
about
about it, it's gonna be a cage match. And how big is the Colosseum? And how tiny is that cage gonna be?
I was thinking, how are they gonna do that? How are they gonna?
Like,
I don't
I
know.
I
I don't
want
know.
I want this to happen so I could just watch the Pope watch that fight.
Yeah,
It's gonna be in Italy, right? It's in Rome.
wait, which one of these guys are Catholic? Both of them or neither of them?
I don't know.
What's the religion in Mars?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Born again Martian, maybe. I don't know what it is.
If it's gonna be
Someone did. Someone
better
AI.
have a rematch clause in that contract if this is going to happen.
I mean, bro, I really hope this happens, because I'm tired of just the regular, you know, like the whole celebrity thing, right? With the Jake Paul and all those guys, and the YouTube boxer or YouTube creators boxing and TikTok stars boxing. Like, honestly, as a guy on the outside looking in, I don't give a shit which TikToker knocks out which but I do, and I am not afraid to admit it. I care if Musk can
I think
knock
it's
out
different.
Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's different
It's-
because they're both multi-billionaires. Both.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Tech
a much
moguls.
more different fight because, like you said, the TikTokers, the YouTubers, those actually, part of their brand is actually clout.
Mm,
These two don't have that.
right. And it's a nice role reversal, right? Where it's like in the Colosseum up to this point, the super rich, the super powerful watch the peasants beat the shit out of each other. Now we peasants get to watch the super rich and super powerful beat the
Do
shit
you
out
think
of each
this will start Colosseum again? Do you think they're going to start fighting for blood again?
They
Like,
haven't even fixed that place
Yeah.
up yet.
But you have to be, but it's only the top 1%ers.
we'll have
Like,
gladiators again.
yeah.
I'm down. Hey, if
Yeah.
they're down to get in the ring with some swords and stuff, I think I'd
Yeah.
prefer to see that.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah, please.
Fuck
God.
the boxing, fuck the cage match. Let's get some
Yeah.
swords out. Let's get some daggers.
Go
And, you know,
medieval.
Maybe some
Bezos-
chariots. Let's get this whole thing going. Let's
Bezos has
let's
got
fight to
winner.
the death.
Yeah, tournament style.
I want to see some
The mo-
blood. get some lions in there. Why not? Just put some lions in there. Let's make this like an actual fight. Like
Make it just an annual thing, like the multi-billionaire death match,
Yes.
right?
that'd be kind of cool, actually. I'd fly out to Rome for that.
Get Bezos in there.
Like betting is based on stocks.
Yeah. Dude, I seen this thing. I did some research the other day. There's more than 5 million millionaires in the US.
Yeah, but that doesn't like million. Okay, what's a millionaire, right? Like,
Right.
like,
But I also seen a thing where Gen Z,
it's kind
I
of
think,
insane, right?
Gen Z,
Like $1 million, though large, means nothing nowadays, right?
It's not. Well, I mean, like I said,
Kinda crazy.
Gen Z, before you were considered wealthy by the new generation, I don't know if it's Gen Z or if it's just the younger generation as a whole. The last few generations, maybe like 2 million. You got to have at least 2 million, or you're not really wealthy. You're all right with $1 million. You're good, but you're not wealthy. You got to have a couple million to be considered wealthy.
Yeah, wealthy has a much different definition than rich.
Yeah.
So has Zuckerberg's mom said anything?
I don't think so. I don't think. Does he have a mother? I thought he was a lizard person.
Oh, true.
I don't think he has a mom.
She did say something. She said, whatever the fuck, whatever the fuck lizards.
Can we look it up?
Yeah, the only one that's battle ready between the two of them, I think, is just Zuckerberg. Like it's nice that we get Zuckerberg back in the zeitgeist since he's been gone for so long. But I don't think he wanted to be at this level. Like this is the topic that we're talking about him.
Yeah. Well, at least he's not trying to hold this fight in the fucking metaverse. That'd be lame as hell.
Yeah, I'm actually
We-
surprised Zuckerberg didn't say something like that. I'm
Yeah.
genuinely surprised. He loves the metaverse. It's weird.
Yeah.
A little
With
weird.
some new state of the art fucking equipment where you like feel pain, but you're 6,000 miles away from each other. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're
Ready Player
potentially
One.
going to have two billionaires inside the Colosseum, and yet no budget to fix up that place.
Yeah. Well, I think it's preserved.
Yeah, preserved like
I'm
what?
surprised. I'm genuinely surprised that they were the ones that were like they reached out and said, let's have you guys here. Like what? Like
Yeah, why?
you'd think they would, yeah, you'd think they'd want to protect it a little bit better. I don't know. It's just interesting to me that they're like, yeah, let's do it. You know, I don't know.
Maybe because it was what's this guy's title? He's like the Minister of Culture or some shit, Director of
Hmm.
Culture, or he has some.
Definitely- It'll bump, you know, tourism for sure.
Well, I think
it's
he's
a good tourism.
probably early 30s.
Hmm.
And
So he's in with the gotcha.
the
He's a
older,
little younger.
yeah, the older government would be like, hell no, y'all not bringing that
Yeah.
bullshit in here. This place is sacred. And this young guy's like, hey, y'all want to do this here?
That is kind of cool. I think that's cool. I will say.
yeah. Just could you imagine
I
just
don't
the idea, right? Oh, Musk, he's
I could
ready.
probably, yeah, I could probably see not having any issues with regards to their stocks for this fight if it was done an actual charity. Like if they have a reason for this one, it could have
Yeah.
But it's not,
it
though.
could possibly bring in goodwill, and both stocks could actually rise up.
I think it's
Like if
bravado.
they could just do it as an
100%.
annual thing or a trilogy, like change
I do
charities in
think-
between fights.
I do think if they make people buy tickets, I do think that they will put it to charity. Like I don't think they keep the profits from that. Though I don't know. But I do
I
think
think-
that they would do that.
You mean tickets for the live event?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they like they have a live stream of it too. Like
They
a
better live stream
live
that
event,
shit.
but also
It's
live,
predicted
Yeah.
to be the purse would amount to $1 billion, right? Just based on ticket sales.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the cut of Dana White on this? We're not talking about that guy that much.
But is Italy undercutting Dana White?
Like who proposed Italy? It was actually what?
Italy proposed Italy.
yeah,
Italy?
Italy did that.
Was
Yeah.
it not? Was it not Musk that actually suggested it?
No. Italy reached out to both of them and it's like, hey, y'all want to do it here?
They're already in Rome. How much violence do you want?
I mean, they've missed it for a few hundred years, I think. I mean, that place used to stay covered in blood.
Like no one is talking about Dana White and this stuff. If it actually,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Is it
Hmm.
still, would it still be managed by Dana White, or is Italy like, no, we got this, Dana, relax?
I don't know. Don't know.
Why don't they just have it in the Vatican?
First fight
That would
under
be nuts.
Oh hell
Right?
yeah. Wouldn't be the worst shit that happened in there.
That would be nuts.
Pope Francis suddenly becoming Michael Buffer,
Yeah.
doing it in Latin.
Oh yeah.
That would be sick.
But
Right?
I'm telling you, man, they better stream this shit for free on Twitter and
No shot.
Facebook.
No shot. No shot. There's no shot.
You don't think so?
It'll be PVP. It'll be pay-per-view or something.
That's bullshit. They're not even that special. I mean,
I mean,
just
then
wanna
again,
look-
I don't know, but if they even do a live stream or whatever, I guess it really all depends. I
mean,
have no idea.
Elon Musk is live streaming fucking DeSantis and whoever the hell else. His own
do you mean?
interview. Like,
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean? Come on, man. This is much more entertaining than anything Ron DeSantis has to say. Or any politician as far as that goes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, the request was actually from you're right, from the Ministry of
Mm.
Culture from Italy.
And it's, yeah.
The request was first forwarded to Mark Zuckerberg, then it was forwarded to Dana White. So
Whoa, so Elon Musk
Still
was
gets a slice
third
of
in
the
his own
pie.
fight?
yeah. So they're actually offering Dana the venue.
I think they know Musk is DTF, and I don't, you know what I mean? Down to fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not the other DTF.
I think they both are, which is kind of crazy. I'm actually like excited to see
So-
it. I hope it goes through. I hope they do it.
Me
Like,
too,
if,
man.
if Musk is still tweeting about it, I don't think he's listening to his mother.
No.
I mean, his mom may be thinking along the same lines, right? I don't think she's worried about his health. She's probably worried about his value.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously she's worried about his health. It's his mom, but like not in a way where it's like, don't go in there. Zuckerberg will kill you type shit. That's not going to happen. Or maybe she's like, don't make an idiot of yourself.
Yeah.
So TMZ has posted a tale of the tape. They mentioned age wherein Zuckerberg is 39 and Musk is 51. Like we did tackle their height before in the last episode, but I just found out that Zuckerberg's discipline is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu,
Zuckerberg
and Elon Musk knows karate, taekwondo, and judo. So this might be an even fight.
I'm telling you, my money's on Musk, man. My money has been on Musk since day one. Like I'm
So
I'm
it could be
prepared to
that
see
the
Musk
walrus
beat the
can actually
shit
fight.
out of old meta face.
You know what, Ryan? I will go for Zuck just for the
Just
drama.
'cause.
Yeah. Well, because I don't know who the hell is going to win. You know what I mean? Who the
Yeah.
fuck? But I'll pull
Elon. Elon's
I'll-
got this.
I don't know, man.
And I'm
Zuckerberg is
betting
winning,
on
though.
He's got in the bag.
Zuckerberg is
And I'm
legit.
betting
He
on
can compete.
Bezos.
Elon's got some fat on him. Like a punch is gonna hurt, man. May not be like muscle, but it's all fat, so it's like all heavy and boom. Like you know what I mean? Like he's got this.
Elon is built, kind of like a Foot Locker or something. Like he's
1950s. What was it? 1950s
Oh yeah,
fridge.
The 1950s fridge. Yeah, but it's nonetheless, man. It's going to be. I hope to God this happens. If it doesn't, this may be one of the biggest letdowns of my life.
No, I'm betting on Jeff Bezos being pissed that he's not in part of this conversation.
Divided.
I don't know, dude. You seen those pictures of his ass out on the wherever it is he's at with old girl? He ain't worried about nothing. He's only worried about nothing.
Yeah, he went to the gym all those years just to look fly.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I hope to God, and hopefully Musk's mother has a change of heart, and she becomes more like LL Cool J's mom, right? Mama said, "Knock you out." So I'm gonna knock you. Yeah, that's the one. That's got to be the music that he comes
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Mama
Yeah.
said to knock.
Mama said, "Knock you out." That's a good ass song.
Well, I think that's all we have for you this week. I mean, you guys want to add anything?
Nah, I'm
No.
good. Anyone
yeah,
want to
I actually, so we did
sponsor
the comment
tickets
thing.
for the Colosseum?
Maybe
We
we
did
should
the
do a
thing
fight.
for,
We should all fight. Us three fight in the Coliseum.
let's get it. I'm down.
300 a pop. 300 300 for the tickets.
Yeah.
Do you have to pay an entrance to get into the Colosseum?
I don't think so.
It's a tourist spot, right?
Yeah, but I don't maybe I don't know. I don't know.
But I mean, we did the thing right for Xbox, PlayStation, PC in the comments.
Yep.
I'm curious, and maybe by the next podcast, I'd like to see what the viewers think. Musk or
Sure.
Zuckerberg.
I'm here for that.
Yeah. What about you,
It's gonna
Christian?
be
You ain't put your money on a horse yet. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm thinking on putting my money on Musk.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, man. Tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, weight is everything.
I don't know. When it comes to mixed martial arts, man, you can be
It
slow.
dep-
If he's too
It
slow,
depends upon a discipline.
if he's too slow, then Zuckerberg could just tap his ass until it. But obviously, if it's a ground game, weight makes a huge difference. But I don't see weight and speed are dangerous. Musk,
Kind of
weight,
weird that I'm thinking about weight when the discipline of Musk is usually striking. It's a weird thing to have.
I'm looking forward to it though. But yeah, we can shut it down, gentlemen.
Oh yeah. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. We'll see you next week, probably a bit earlier. Yeah, and really hope to see Elon and Musk, or
Yeah.
Elon Musk and
Please.
Zuckerberg in the ring. But have a nice week, and yeah, that's it for us.
All right.
Have a good one, guys. Bye.